Sometimes on a windy day, I get knocked right over. Sometimes the flowers, when I'm sitting inside of them, they close up around me. And today was my first day of actual high school. I sat all alone at lunch. Because no one could see me because I was so small. And I like fluttered up to their plates. See me, I'm a fairy. I'm coming to high school to be with you. But they thought I was just a fly and they swatted me away. There's one thing that I've been doing lately, and it's like imagining. It's not like so revolutionary, but like you sit in a room by yourself alone and you just imagine things. I'm like a fairy on her first day of high school, but she has to go to real school. Everyone's like, oh my god, the fairy's coming. Today is the start of another great week. You're gonna slay. And you're gonna be lucky every single day. Everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, let's hang out. And you're gonna be like, I want to, but I also want to hang out with myself because I love myself and I want to paint and make music. And oh my god, the phone's ringing off the fucking hook. I woke up in one of like the weirdest moods today that I've ever been in. I spent like an hour journaling. I made a list of like all of the struggles I'm feeling right now, from like my apartment to just like connections with other people. And yeah, I just wrote that out for a long time, not really knowing what I was going to do that list, because obviously like the more I was dwelling on it, the more shitty I felt. But then I took that list and I made another list of like, how can I be a better friend to myself this week? And I took like everything that I said in that list and tried to see like how I could make it better for myself. For example, I think a lot of you guys know I've had issues with my apartment for a while now, and I'm just desperate. I don't want to say I'm desperate to find a new place, but I really want to find a new place. And so I'm like, okay, well, you can vision board a new place, you can, you know, like actively look, you can, you know, say positive affirmations about like the new apartment you're gonna have. And then as far as like, yeah, some other things just around like connection, I was like, how can you make this next week more fun for yourself? And I was like, let's go to the studio. We haven't done like little photos in a while. I feel like all the photos that are on my Instagram right now are of like me in a green face. And yeah, I feel like sometimes like we all have our insecurities, and sometimes like, you know, I struggle with certain things, and like I always ask myself like, when do you feel the most in your power? And I always feel the most in my power when I'm in my art studio, because it's like where all of the creation takes place, and I just feel like I'm in this like little factory. And yeah, so I was like, just come here today and take some photos with some of your newer works, because I think like oftentimes I'll take photos of my works, but I think it's nice to have pictures like with your works. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing today. And yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys, because I think that, you know, and I talked about this in my other video, we have this preconceived notion that people who are like actively like trying to be positive, it doesn't mean that you're not supposed to as well. Like sit with your thoughts when you're having like a shitty day. I think it's very easy to spiral as well. So yeah, that's what I'm doing today. And I actually have a trick Whenever I do like a photo shoot, instead of taking photos, I will take a video and just screenshot because it saves time. So I don't know, that's what I'm doing today. Believe in you. This is a piece that I made and I need to do like the trim around, but I just think it's so sweet, and every time I see it I'm like, believe in you. I don't know, it makes me happy. Also, I decided I'm not doing like any on Sundays, like no telephone at all. And there's a part of me that's like, oh my god, you probably have people texting you and writing you thinking you're like a dick for not writing back. But I'm like, hey, like you don't owe, I think there's this pressure in like modern age to like write back to people right away, but like you don't owe anybody a response in like the first 24 hours. You know what I mean? Like chill. Okay. Bye. Good morning. It's a beautiful day, beautiful sunny day as you can see. And I am going to the park, the Luxembourg Gardens, to, oh yeah, there she is, there's the sun. I'm gonna work on designing my journal a little bit. I don't normally bring like my computer to the park, but in the last vlog I was like, this would actually be a vibe, and it's nice I think to like switch up your working environment. So I think I'm gonna go to the Luxembourg Gardens and work on my computer if it doesn't end up being like a good setup, because actually like working on your computer in the sun is kind of difficult. I'm really close to home, but yeah, I'm just gonna go work on that a little bit and starting a new vlog. Also tomorrow I am visiting an apartment at 10 a.m. in my neighborhood. So yeah, I will definitely film that tomorrow and let you know how it goes. But for now, I just posted my last video. I love that on a Tuesday. After I post a video, I'm free like the rest of the day to do whatever. That's really a nice feeling. I don't really have any like day off because I'm doing so many projects. The life of a multimedia queen. But I love that. I love how all of these different energies, all these different projects feed me, and it's truly like such a blessing. So yeah, gonna work at the park for a bit. Je me posais au soleil et j'ai profité, et puis après je vais aller à Leroy Merlin because I need to get some silicone. J'ai besoin de silicone. C'est une journée flânée. Flâner is a beautiful word in French that I love, which just means just wandering. This is my favorite thing to do. Here, along this little strip, you can sit and watch people playing tennis. I just remember this memory one time where I was super hungover and I just came here one morning with like a box of Chinese food and just sat and watched people play tennis for like 4 hours because I couldn't get up. Actually, I have a lot of really good and bad memories in this park. Very touching ones too. I remember when I was a nanny, I used to take the kids I'd watch here, and they have this little theater show, and they would just get so excited to go. They like ring the bell, and I love to do that. This is also the park where I remember my ex telling me that
he had like met somebody else, and I remember after he told me that, I ran around the park like 2 times, just like crying. Not like I was planning to run anyway, but like I was running and I started crying. And I think, yeah, like that's just the beauty of being in a place for a while. Like you have so many different memories, which I guess can be good or bad, but I don't know, I think it's quite touching, you know? And it's crazy because if you would have told me like during all those times that I would be where I am now, I wouldn't have believed you. So it just goes to show that like you can change your life at any time. You know, like when I was a nanny, I never thought one day that I would live in this area, that I would have a YouTube channel. So I guess like the reason why they say that time heals all wounds is because you have time to focus on other things, and slowly but surely, isn't it crazy how like time really can heal almost everything, you know? What a blessing. I love that. Time heals everything. So whatever you're going through right now in your life, just remember that anything's possible. A few years ago, I was working as a cashier, then a nanny. I had ice blonde hair. Now look at me. Still blonde, but I don't know what that has to do with anything, but anyway, I'm just rambling. I guess we're on a walk together. I'm leaving the park now. I found there's this little restaurant here that's open normally for like the summertime for people to sit outside, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's tables, I could actually work here. But I quickly realized, like, I don't know, it's just when you're working outdoors like that, you get thirsty. I didn't come prepared, I didn't bring water. And also, like, I don't have Wi-Fi here, so I don't know, I think it was a cute idea. But I think like working on the computer in parks is just like not for me because I feel like it's just too distracting, and really what I want is to sit outside in the sun. So I think like if that's what my heart desires, that's what I should do, and then like work in the night instead and just honor that instead of trying to like do it all at once, you know? So it's around like 3:30 p.m. I'm gonna go to Le Roi Merlin pour acheter le silicone. Est-ce que j'en ai besoin pour mes cadres? And since it's so nice out, why not? But we're really close to one of my favorite streets in Paris. So I thought that I would show you that. Also, if you want to like build confidence and you live in Paris, film yourself outside. People just stare at you so much, so you really learn to just not give a fuck. So, yeah. I don't know, it's crazy because like you can really evolve with not caring about what other people think of you, but it is like still sometimes a bit shocking when you get people just like blatantly staring at you, you know? Anyway, let's go. So, just realized c'est l'heure de goûter, which is in France, goûter is a snack that you have. Normally it's like for kids after school. It's like around like 3 or 4 p.m. You know, you bring the kids like a little piece of baguette, or it can be like something sweet. It's like their after school snack basically. But I haven't eaten yet today, so I guess it's like my breakfast goûter. I prefer to eat like more at the end of the day because I do fasting. It's better, I think, for my cognitive performance. So yeah, I might get a croissant. Ooh, sky's the limit. Just look at this street, you guys. It's so beautiful. And they have so many cute little shops and cafes. Diaries. So it's right next to the Luxembourg Gardens too. This is an amazing bakery called Bread and Roses. They do like these crazy quiches, and they do like croissants and like normal stuff too. But if you're ever in the Fifth, definitely visit Bread and Roses. So one of my really good friends gives tours of the 14th. We're like on the border of the 14th and the 5th. And she told me that this is one of the best little restaurants in the neighborhood. What is it called? I've been wanting to go here. Let me see. Haven't been, so I can't attest to it myself. But she said that we have to go here one day. What is it called? Judy. Okay. Have to check it out. I'm gonna go to Leroy Merlin now to get my silicone, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the apartment viewing. Okay, why whenever I get tulips, they just they just droop? I mean, I kind of think it's pretty. It's like a weeping willow. But I've always wondered, like, what is going on? Good morning, good morning. All right, I'm getting ready. And then I'm gonna go visit the apartment in the 5th. I'm very excited. Very, very excited. Some affirmations. I take chances on myself. I trust myself in my judgment. I have the motivation to achieve anything I desire. We do. So one of the exercises from my journal, actually, one of the prompts, is to draw make a little portrait of yourself in your highest power. And every morning I wake up and I see myself in my highest, most highly vibrational self. Very creative, very fun, and it really inspires me. So for all of you guys who are like doing a bunch of different things, who are multimedia artists, I think it's important to like put up words of affirmation around you, things that make you happy, words of encouragement, you know? What do you guys do to make yourself feel good every day? Okay, I'm literally about to walk out the door. My rendezvous is in like 30 minutes and I get a call from who? Monsieur Georges from the agency telling me that there's been an offer and they've accepted it, so I can't show you the apartment anymore. I kind of don't believe him because like what are the chances that I want to set you guys down. Hold on. I put you guys on a box of couscous. You guys are sitting on my couscous box. Yeah, I sort of don't believe him because I think he probably just got another viewing that he could do that was probably like from a more expensive place and was like, there's already been an offer, and just probably didn't feel like showing me the place anyway. I mean, I knew there was already an offer on it, but like I doubt that like in the last 30 minutes that's when he found out. It's just annoying because it's like you could just like show me the place anyway. Like I woke up super early, I put on a freaking tie. But what I found is like some of these listings go in like 2 seconds. Like I saw this one on my vision board. I have an image of an atelier d'artiste, like an art studio with like these big baie vitres windows, and I saw an announce for one in the 19th, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's going for like so cheap, but it's because it had to be totally refurbished. And I was like, oh my god, this is my vision board. And I called and it was gone in like a second. And so I don't know, for me personally, I'm somebody that like really needs to think about things. Like I don't want to feel pressured to do something if I need to visit the place a few times. This is like a big decision, so I'm gonna be very honest as well. Something that I think a lot of foreigners
And this is even me, somebody who speaks French fluently, who is going to become French, probably French right now. I'm probably French right now because I haven't been checking the JO, which is like the journal that you look in to see if your name is in there, because it's like hard to like figure out. But I'm probably French. I'm probably French. But I will say, like, when you're a foreigner dealing with establishments, you know, rental agencies and everything like that, I think that it's hard for them to take you seriously. Like, I mean, I don't feel like I'm projecting. It's just a feeling that I get. And this is also like when I go to the bank. I also feel like people, I think especially with like the job that I do, it's hard for people to wrap their brain around like doing something that's not like a 9 to 5, you know? One affirmation that I love to say is that when something is meant for me, it's just going to float in very easily. It might even be somebody that just like I meet one day that's like, oh my god, I'm like an artist and I live in this really cool studio and I want to sell it. I'm like, really? What about me? Think about me. I don't know why I'm giving this accent. But yeah, I just feel like the ideal situation is that it just floats in, no stress. One thing I've really been prioritizing in my life is prioritizing every day just feeling good instead of feeling stressed. Like, there's so many things in our day-to-day life to stress about that are outside of our control, and for me it's like I would rather be happy and let those things go. I think that when you let things go, it's sort of like a dog. When you chase after a dog, they run away from you, but when you stop chasing the dog, they come to you. And I think that's energy that can be felt. And so yeah, I don't know, I do feel like sometimes, like, I want to be honest about the journey, and I feel like sometimes as a foreigner it can be hard to be taken seriously. And just remember that society will always want us to bend to their form, but you have nothing to prove to anybody. Like, I mean, I wore this outfit today because I felt like it made me feel more professional, but honestly, like, you don't need to do that, you know what I mean? Anyway, whenever something like this doesn't work out, I always tell myself it's not meant to be, and I got up early, so might as well do something. Something that I do want to share with you guys and tell you guys is lately I've been telling myself in the morning something very surprising and cool is gonna happen to me today, and it's been really working. It's really crazy. Like, the first time that I did this was when I was in Greece, and I told myself something surprising is gonna happen to me today, and it was like the rainiest day, and I was like, I wonder what's gonna happen. And that's when I found my little sheep on the mountaintop, and that made me so happy because I sang to them. The next time I did this, I said something surprising is gonna happen to me today. I got a letter from my mom, like a card from my mom, and then yesterday I said something very surprising and cool is gonna happen to me today. And one of my friends, Nicolette, who lives in like the south of France, we haven't spoken in a while, and she just randomly sent me like this voice message being like, I had this weird feeling like I wanted to do like a tarot reading for you. And so she on her own had done this tarot reading for me and like recorded it and just sent it to me, and I opened the message and the name of the audio message was Surprise. Like, she had named the audio message Surprise. So I don't know, I'm gonna keep doing that. I'm gonna keep saying something surprising is gonna happen to me today. Tell yourself something really surprising is gonna happen, but also say something surprising and good. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you can like, subscribe for videos every Tuesday. And I also have 2 journals out, one a guided affirmational workbook for all you creatives and empaths out there, one a beautiful line journal, so you can check that out, as well as I have a podcast episode on my Patreon. And yeah, it's also a really great way to support what I'm doing and ensure that I can keep making these vlogs for you guys every week, which I love doing so much. I also have music out if you guys want to listen to what I'm doing in my musical journey. I recently put out a song called Sensitive Bitch, and it's very sassy and fun. So yeah, go listen to that if you want to. And I love you guys so much. Have a beautiful week, and I will see you next Tuesday. Bye!